Hello everyone, my name is Nimit Gandhi and today I'll be talking about one of the batch and continuous drying equipments, that is spray dryers. Now, the spray dryers are one of the highly effective dryers which are currently the most in use in industries as they require less amount of time in completing the entire process than the others. Now let us discuss the construction of a spray dryer by referring to this process flow diagram. The most essential and important components of a spray drying process are a spray drying chamber, obviously, the atomizer, which is a high-speed rotating disc, the air heater, which heats the air that is being sucked by the high-capacity fan or blower, which is present here, the cyclone separators, which have two major roles. One is for the final collection and one is for separating the dust particles from the primary chamber. The high-pressure pump supplies the feed to the spray drying chamber. The ducts and the blowers are used for the pneumatic transports. Now let's see how a spray dryer actually works. First of all, the feed is pumped to the top of drying chamber where it is disintegrated into small droplets by an atomizer, which we've already discussed before, right here. Now the high capacity fan sucks in the air from the atmosphere and the air heater heats that air and gives it to the spray dryer. Now, as the surface area of the drops is very large, the liquid portion of these droplets rapidly evaporates and before they touch the bottom of drying chamber, they are completely dried. This dried out product are directly transferred to the cyclone separator 2 and the major portion of air is taken out through the air outlet duct which mostly contains the dust and is sent to the cyclone 1 by a fan. Now, the air from cyclone 1 is thrown out to the atmosphere and the dried product is obtained from cyclone separator 2. Now here's a list of advantages of a spray dryer. The most major advantage of a spray dryer and the reason why it is being used a lot nowadays in industries is that it requires very short amount of drying time, that is 2 to 20 seconds, and a relatively low operating cost than other dryers. In the list of disadvantages, the maintenance of atomizer, product buildup on interior walls, and the most important disadvantage here is the high capital investment. Because nowadays a spray dryer costs from anywhere about 30 lakhs to more than 1 crores, which is quite a big investment for every company. So that's all from my side and thank you for hearing me out.
First, we will see the principle of the tray dryer. In tray dryer, the hot air is continuously circulated to remove moisture by forced convection heating. Now we will see the construction of the tray dryer. It consists of the large compartment in which the material to be dry is placed on the tray, and the compartment is made up of the stainless steel to prevent the corrosion of the material. The trays are fabricated from sheet over which the material to be placed. It provided with inlet and outlet connection for air, and the heating coil is incorporated with it. The heating coil converts the air into unsaturated air. Steam air is used as a drying medium. Now we will see the working of the tray dryer. The material to be dry is placed on the tray and put it into the compartment. The air is introduced to the air inlet and with the help of the coil the air is converted into unsaturated air and spread into the whole compartment. The hot air is continuously circulated by means of fan at 2 to 5 meters per second and the water is picked by the air. The waste vapor is removed through the air outlet and the drying of the product takes place. The process is continued till the drying of the dry product is formed. Now we will see the advantage of the tray dryer. Low space requirement, ease in cleaning, low maintenance cost and no loss of product during drying. Now we will see the disadvantage of the tray dryer. Long drying cycle, small quantities are handled and expensive to operate.
Rotary dryers. Usually, this type of dryers are adopted for continuous drying of free-flowing granular materials on large scale and may be directly or indirectly heated. Typical dimensions of a rotary dryer are 9 feet diameter and 45 feet length. Thermal efficiency of this type of dryer ranges from 50 to 80%. Drying rate ranges between 10 to 50 kg per meter cube of the shell volume into hours. Construction of rotary dryer. It consists of relatively long cylindrical shell having a diameter of about 1 meter to 3 meter and length 3 meter to 30 meter. The shell is set at a slight angle with its horizontal axis inclined towards the outlet so that the material fed is consequently advanced through the dryer from one end to the other end under gravity. The shell is mounted on the rollers so that it can be rotated. To avoid its slipping over the rollers, it is fitted with thrust wheels. It is fitted inside with flights which lift the material upward and shower it down from the top. Working of rotary dryer. The material to be dried is fed at the higher end of the dryer by a hopper and the product is taken out from the lower end of the dryer. The material moves through the dryer by the virtue of rotation, heat effect, and inclination of the cylindrical shell. The shell is rotated by a gear mechanism at a speed of 2 to 25 rpm. Air is taken into the dryer from the product end. It is heated in the dryer and then moves through the dryer in a countercurrent fashion with respect to the material to be dried. The moisture of the feed evaporates and gets added to the drying medium, and finally the moist air leaves the dryer. Depending upon the type of material, air can be passed either countercurrently or co-currently. In the case of heat-sensitive material, co-current flow of dry air is favorable. A schematic diagram of rotary dryer is as shown in the figure. It is a counter-current flow type rotary dryer. The wetted feed is passed from the one end and the dry product is removed from the other end. The hot dry air is passed counter-currently from the product side and is taken out from the feed side. This is how an actual rotary dryer looks like. Advantages of using a rotary dryer. Since rotary dryer consists of a long cylindrical shell, the contact time of gas and the solids is greater than any other dryers. It does not take too much time to dry the feed. Even the capital and maintenance cost of the rotary dryer is less and hence it is more economical. It gives high thermal efficiency of about 50 to 80%. In the case of rotary dryer, we can easily control the gas velocity. Disadvantages of using rotary dryer. There might be loss of product due to the product buildup on the interior walls, and also excessive entrainment losses in the exit gas stream is possible, especially if the material contains extremely fine particles or due to high gas velocities.
Fluidized bed dryer. It is becoming popular because of following reasons: absence of moving parts resulting in ease of maintenance, high heat transfer rates, and rapid mixing leading to uniform drying. Construction of fluidized bed dryer. It consists of fluidizing chamber, air blower, hot air generator, feed conveyor, a cyclone separator, and a product conveyor. In this dryer, hot air is coming from bottom of the dryer, which keeps a wet feed in fluidized state. Material is dried and cooled in the same bed. Dry product is taken out from the side or near the bottom. Material to be dried and hot air are in the cross flow with each other. Here we can see animation of fluidized bed dryer. We can see that hot air is coming from bottom of the dryer, dried product are coming from the side. Advantages of fluidized bed dryer. It is applicable for both large and small scale operations. Uniform particle mixing and uniform temperature gradient can be obtained. Since it is continuous operation, heat and mass transfer rates are high. There are some disadvantages of this type of dryer. Sometimes efficiency is obtained very low because of fine particles are difficult to predict. Size of this dryer is very large. Pressure drop is very high, pumping requirement is high. Particles can damage the vessel walls and pipe walls due to collisions. If you have any query related to chemical engineering subjects, you can mail us on this email ID. Thank you.